I want to let you guys know who the real PJ Schafer is. But before I can really get into that, I need to break down Really Hot Pizza. I care so much about what my family thinks. I care so much about what my friends think that don't get to see me all the time. Like, I'm really fortunate for my friends that do get it. You know what I mean? That understand where I'm coming from. They get my full story. Really Hot Pizza. One of probably the greatest experiences of my entire life, honestly. I can't look back on any other memories I have that I can say I was living with as much passion for everything that I was doing all around in my life. You know what I mean? Whether that be at Wabash College, where I'm taking classes still, graduating in May as a fifth-year senior. And that fifth year is kind of a result of a lot of different things that happened in my life. Really Hot Pizza, I actually had good grades the first year that I did Really Hot Pizza. And then once my grades started to drop is when I kind of started to put the brakes on it and say, hey, this isn't going to be all right. You know what I mean? I can't be a rapper. I can't portray myself the way I'm portraying myself to people and still sit and be confident about myself at the end of the day, because I know for a fact, people have talked to me about it. People like me for who I am, really as a person, not some persona that I'm giving off on stage. Because really, when it comes down to it, I don't care what people think of me as long as I know I'm doing the right thing. But I had an epiphany that the people I love, the people close to me, might care the kind of image I'm pushing on social media because of how that can be misinterpreted. And people's understanding of what you're trying to give to them is really everything.
At Studio 37, we are live. Let's run it.
Travis Harris, man, great dude. My best friend, he's been my neighbor since we were sophomores in high school together. He was my quarterback to the wide receiver on the football team. Together, we put a lot of records up at Crawfordsville while only winning a combined total of 1 game in 2 years together. But we had fun. It wasn't fun losing, but we had fun together. We built a family, and I think that brought us closer than anything. It's easy to win together and be close, but it's so much harder to lose week in, week out, and still love those guys that are losing with you. You know what I mean? It's easy to win together, hard to lose together.
The creative process with me and PJ, always good ideas bouncing around the room. We'd always let each other know. It's like, nah, I don't think that sounds good. And just kind of, constructive criticism was a big thing. And it was always a lot of fun because, when we were not making music, when we shut the mic off, we go play basketball and stuff, and we were always just hanging out. So beyond the music, there's a really, really strong friendship. And, it was very easy to kind of transition into, making music together and spending all that time together working on our mixtapes, our albums, getting ready for shows, rehearsing, going out there hustling, trying to tell people about what we were doing. Why we started making music? I think we were just freestyle rapping a whole bunch, and we got to a certain point. It's like, why not try to put together a mixtape and put it out and see what people think?
We were literally just bedroom rapping at parties on the south side of UND as sophomores in college together, longtime neighbor friends. And then all of a sudden, 6 months later, we're opening for Tech 9. We put out 2 pretty bad projects, and one of them is still on SoundCloud if you look under Really Hot Pizza. The Greatest Story Never Told. It's awful. There are good ideas, but the execution is awful. But we got to go to Miami, meet with a lot of people at a hip-hop convention, people in the industry giving seminars. We did that for 3 days, would go out at night and hang out with all the producers, all the sound engineers, all the managers and A&Rs in the industry, and just talk to them and grow as much as we could. Through the Lafayette Theater, we did one show there where if you sell 25 tickets, you get to make all the money after that. And we wanted to make money off of our shows if we were going to do them. Plus, the venue is absolutely gorgeous. A lot of our videos are shot at the Lafayette Theater just because the venue is so incredible. The sound engineer there is Noah, our sound engineer that we worked with the entirety of our career. Incredible sound engineer, one of the best that I've ever even heard for live venues. He's done live venues everywhere from Red Rock out in Colorado to, that might be in Arizona somewhere, Nevada, I don't know. He's done Red Rock Amphitheater though. I think it is in Colorado for sure. He's done a ton of different places, gone on tour with bands. He is the man.
I just remember, right, you guys taking shots in the back of my truck. And it looking so fucking cool with the street lights going overhead, and I was like I just felt like we were making magic, like the sunset and everything was like perfect. It was just like, it's like Indiana, California. San Diego, Indiana.
Noah Freeman, man. That guy is the goofiest guy I've ever met, but has the most talent for audio engineering that I've heard personally from anyone. He works up at Studio 37 in Lafayette, mixes and masters for all kinds of different artists. He was Really Hot Pizza's sound engineer, taught me everything that I know, got me into sound engineering myself, and why I take myself and my sound so professionally. Why I think the way I do about a lot of sound is because of Noah.
Noah Scott Freeman. I am a recording engineer here at beautiful Studio 37. It's a co-ownership business with me and my partner Scott Osherman, and we run the studio here in Lafayette, Indiana. My relationship with PJ Schafer is both one of like friendship and also just business. I've worked with him on several different projects that he'd endeavored with, and basically, yeah, I was his recording engineer for a while, and also a big part of my relationship with him as a friend is just getting to know him in the studio, and also mentoring and kind of tutoring him as an audio engineer. And also, we go and get ramen noodles sometimes and eat sushi, so that's always cool.
Really, I think that the reason our development as a group and as individual musicians was so fast is because we were constantly trying to surround ourselves with people, anyone in the industry that did our thing. And if they weren't about it, we were on to the next one, because if they're not about our relationship, if we don't vibe, if you're not about working hard, then it's over. Like, it's over from that point. But we were lucky enough to surround ourselves and put ourselves in situations where we met the right kind of people. We got Jackson. Jackson is my man. Jackson Stevens. Jackson is a videographer, master of multimedia projects that actually, I think, met Travis through work.
Jackson. We met in a totally random kind of way. So we were hired onto the same class at this really shitty job. It was a package shipping company, a big one. And we met in the same training class. And it's funny because like I was supposed to enroll in the previous class. It would have been the week after my interview. So I was getting ready for the interview, and I had my girlfriend at the time cut my hair, and she fucked my shit up. I couldn't go into the job interview. So actually I had to delay my interview because I was like, hey man, I said I made some shit up, but whatever. She fucked up my hair. I had to go to a barber to fix it, and I was late for my interview. But because of that, I was hired in the same class as Jackson, and that's how we met. We did some music videos together, and he's been a good friend. So it was just a funny story of how we met.
My name is Jackson Stevens. I am a video production specialist, I'd say, multimedia guy. I do video editing for Fox 59 Morning News full time, but I also freelance a lot around Indianapolis and whatnot, and like to do music videos and whatnot, help out the independent local artists around Indy whenever I can. It's just kind of something I love to do. I mean, I kind of did almost all of the media for Really Hot Pizza and collaborated with those guys on a lot of stuff and doing videos like the Flagrant music video. I think that was when I first met PJ, was when we first did the Flagrant music video, and here I was, didn't even know this guy, and put it on and just shot a whole music video in a day. And it was just a great way to meet someone too, just being able to work with someone in a creative space and can really add to get to know someone. And right off the bat, I really like those working with PJ and Travis and Really Hot Pizza. And I mean, obviously coming back and working with them so much since then is kind of speaks to that. And
let's see who else we got. Shout out to Wayne Highfield. He my mini-me. He does photography, videography, has shot a lot of pictures for us. Went to high school with Travis. We're raised in the same hometown, and he does a lot of really great stuff now, part of a lot of different groups, trying to really push Indiana on the map. And DJ Mac is one of a good friend of mine. We were actually already connected through friends that I had in my fraternity in Lambda Chi Alpha, which is really crazy. He's a little bit older than me, so we knew a lot of like older people in like my family tree and like the fraternity scheme. But big shout out to Jeff Longavine, drummer extraordinaire. Actually met Jeff through one of our very first shows at the Lafayette Theater. It was like
super packed out house that night, EDM hip hop show, and there was an EDM artist that was doing some heavy metal mixed with EDM, and he brought Jeff along with him, and little did we know Jeff's one of the most well-known drummers in Indiana just for his skill alone, let alone being an awesome guy. But we talked to him backstage after we heard him warming up, and he liked us so much, liked our music, that he actually did our whole set with us.
Favorite memories of Really Hot Pizza? Definitely recording our album here in Studio 37. Shout out Noah. Shout out Scotty. It was a really cool experience going from like a bedroom studio environment to like a professional studio.
we were trying to make as much happen with as little as possible. We had like no resources, and so we decided to step it up a notch. We talked to Noah, and they took us in at Studio 37 and helped us all the way through our first 8-song album. We got an incredible feature from LD Miller, who is one of the world's harmonica phenoms. Really, really awesome dude, one of my friends. I'm proud to say that. Just because of who he is as a person, not because he's this harmonica phenom runner-up on America's Got Talent when he was 11 years old or something like that. Like, just because he's awesome to be around. Like, I don't think anyone lights up a fire in my heart more, like, gets me more ready to do whatever it is I'm doing that I'm passionate about more than LD Miller. Big shouts out to him. But they worked us through that whole process, and Scotty and Noah, we just got so close in like that time. And it sucks that we don't see them as often, because we were seeing them every weekend as much as possible, trying to like learn and grow and get the right things down for this album.
I don't expect anybody to take anything that I say seriously, because I don't. But you just throw it against the wall, excuse me, and see if it works, If it works, it works. If it not, you're going to know pretty quick,
Scotty Osherman. Always been a mentor to me. Scotty, very knowledgeable dude. Shares a lot of stories. I learn a lot from him, and I'm very interested in what he does. And he has a good way of explaining things. I see him as like a teacher. Yeah, Scotty's a good dude. Letting us come in here, beautiful Studio 37, and get creative. So, really appreciative of him.
Work, I've got a day job career that I'm in the audio industry, more of the permanent installation stuff. Although, of course, our business Studio 37, we do just about any application you could imagine. But I've been doing that. I've had 2 jobs in my career since 1992 is when I got serious as far as working for companies and stuff like that, and being just a full-time employee that does my craft. And yeah, I had 15 years back in Baltimore for HP Electronics, and then now I work for Pro Audio here in Lafayette. But my passion's always been the whole deal, so it's really not work to me. You know, I get to have fun at work. I love my job. You gotta love your job. You know, if you don't love it, at least like it, and then hopefully one day you'll love it. You know, but it's what pays the bills. Really hot pizza. You guys did it on your own. You didn't need anything from me. You knew what you were going for. I didn't have any problem. I just was happy to provide a space that you guys could create and get her done.
Everything got real for me real quick after we first started working on that album. My life, everything, all the weight started being a little bit too much to bear. I started going through anxiety and depression issues. So, and I can say that now, having worked through them, having been counseled, that I'm good, I'm in the right headspace. But I had a lot on my back when everything kind of started to break down. And rebuilding myself while I'm in the middle of trying to keep together this music group that we're starting to get to the point where we're getting mad at each other because we're being late for appointments because both of us have too much on our plate. We're not getting along days before shows, like just arguments about stupid stuff. And the music, it started to not be fun anymore, you know? And so I eventually had to say, for the sake of me being able to graduate at Wabash and keep doing the things that I've truly committed to a lot of people that I care about, not placing any one person higher than any other person, just on numbers basis. There were so many people counting on me for my track team, for my classmates, my frat brothers, to not give up, telling me, sticking in my ear, like, whatever you do, do not drop out of this college. Like, do not let yourself do that. Because if you can graduate from here, you're going to be able to do anything. And that's something that I took to heart, decided, all right, I got to quit Really Hot Pizza. So 2 months after we dropped the album, I broke the news to our drummer, DJ Travis, that I couldn't do it anymore, that I had to focus on school and refigure out exactly what I want to do with my life. Because all that time spent doing Really Hot Pizza, still going to class, I was slacking on what I wanted to do for the rest of my life after college. Part of me wanted to stay young, and that's reflected in my lyrics. That's reflected in how I presented myself on social media.
What's up? I'm PJ.
I'm Trilla Trav.
And we're Really Hot Pizza. I'm here to tell you about our show, May 12th, opening for Mark Battles at the Lafayette Theater. We've got pre-sale tickets, $10, 20 at the door. Trav, you got any other information?
Hit us up on Twitter, get a hold of us cellularly. We're gonna make it really hot. Let's go.
Really hot.
I'm a monster, but that's only in my mind, no. God gave me pills that swallow when you'll be fine, yo.
Leading to what I do now, which is I'm a sound engineer. I decided after watching Noah bring something to life, a vision, how crucial his role is in that. That's what I wanted to be able to do. I wanted to pursue my own vision on whatever terms I wanted. And that ended up transforming. I had to kill off a little bit of my own ego. It's called ego death, so that I could humble myself and say, all right, I want to make other people's visions come to life as well as my own. But I'm not going to try and push anything that I make out there. Like, I made a song for my future wife, and no one's ever going to hear that except for her. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I want to be able to do. Because I'm not just a rapper. I'm not just a singer. I've been vocally trained for the past 2 years because I've always wanted to be good at singing. And now I can actually carry a pretty good note. I can sing some pretty damn good songs. I've been working on my production for the past 2 years here at Wabash. I had to take the 5th year so that I could take the classes to give me an electronic music minor in addition to my political science major, but be the second ever person in Wabash's history to ever graduate with an electronic music minor. Like, it really speaks to my music now that I'm such a perfectionist, because I haven't put anything out seriously, and I don't really plan to for a long, long time if I ever do again of my own work. What I'm really trying to do now is sound engineer and get into music, sports, entertainment representation type law or copyright law, anything like that, so that I can still be in a field that I'm in love with. And so it's not nearly as hard doing any of the work, the type of stuff that interests me, I love. And I'm interested in a lot of different things. And I think that's why I've been spread so thin and had to work so hard to do everything, or to get everything accomplished that I did in 5 years, you know what I mean? helping other people has become super important to me. Like, if I can and I have the time, I'll take the time to help somebody out that wants to learn a little bit more about this. I recently went to the local high school and gave us like a whole presentation to some underprivileged kids here in town that have an after-school program that wanted to learn more about the hip-hop, like how hip-hop is even made, like, because they have no idea. They hear songs and they love them, and they don't have any clue how they would ever get into something like that, being production, whatever. And it's so easy. All they need is someone to teach them. All they need is one person to tell them, all you have to do is download this on your phone and you can make whatever you want, express yourself. And that could change someone's life, you know? Because my life changed indefinitely and forever once I learned how to be a sound engineer. They gave me a totally new passion for music that I'd never found before. It filled a hole in my heart that was kind of always there in music because I never found my niche. I always wanted to be a singer, but I never was any good. I rapped, but I wasn't great. I was like a front man, but I wasn't perfect for, not a front man, a two-person front man group. But I play piano, but I'm not great at that either. Guitar, I'm a mediocre guitar player. There was never anything that I could say that I felt and I really wanted to pursue till I'm perfect at, until I found sound engineering, being able to manipulate audio, mix and master tracks. And I'm not even just a sound engineer. I did a podcast recently. I made a comic book video voiceover. I'm doing this documentary, all me, all self-shot, all me doing the interviews, me doing the production. And that's not because I don't want like outside influence, and I don't want to make myself be like, oh, I did this all by myself, because it's thanks to everyone around me that I really was able to do any of this.
About Peach. Good dude, got a bright future ahead of him, works hard, perfectionist. He's going to go far, keeps his head down, keeps focused, keep doing your thing. You're always improving. So as long as you got those things going for you, never look back.
Stand-up dude, man. I mean, he wants to... Yeah, as long as I've known him, he's strived for the best. I mean, he's a great fucking athlete, does great. He strives for the best. I mean, that's obvious in his physical world. You know, as far as his metaphysical world, it's just good vibes, man. I mean, he'll tell you how he feels. And again, you know, PJ's come to me, and actually, vice versa. You know, we both ask for advice from each other, and that's what friends do. You know, that's how you grow in life.
I decided that I want to be a positive change wherever I'm at. And I think that starts with trying to change the culture into accepting types of art forms like this. So students, in a day and age where mental health is so crucial, with all the things that we're absorbing around us, all the emotional energy from social media that we just indulge in every single day, that changes how you think about things. And we've got to pay attention to the mental health that is a result. And I think the expression of yourself, and however you want to do it, is really, really important. You need to be able to express yourself in a way that is fulfilling to your soul. I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for my friends, my family, everybody that I love super, super close, near and dear to my heart.